Hello, welcome to Revelator John on YouTube. So I've been going through the squad of players that we've got currently, and we've got obviously a game coming up on Saturday. So a crunch match really for us. We need the points. We need a big performance. So I'm just looking at around the squad, and I'm just thinking, are they good enough for us? Do we probably need to change a few things up? Do we need to try and get rid of a few players in January, and certainly a few players in the summer next summer? So obviously a lot of the players that we retain or get rid of will be dependent on whether we can actually stay up this season. But then it got me thinking about all the players that we've had in the past, either current or in the past, that we just should never have signed really, and just really poor performances. I wish you your top 10, worst West Ham players of all time. And this is actually a bit hard to do because let's face it, we've had our fair share of donkeys over the years. And the current crop ain't too lively either. But in saying that, I haven't actually gone for players that were just really, really poor. I kind of gone for a mixture of players that were poor and players that we should never have signed, and players that probably just didn't live up to the expectation, or kind of, our dreams were just shattered just by their failure, if you know what I mean. So, anyway, this is my top 10. I'm sure in the comment section you're going to be saying, no, that's rubbish, what about him, what about him? And you know what? I'm not going to argue with you because you're absolutely right, And also I think it could be a middle-age thing as well. I've probably blocked out a lot of the really poor ones over the years as well. So I've probably forgotten loads as well. But anyway, number 10, Luis Boa-Morte from Fulham, Portuguese donkey, right? God knows what he was doing. He scored a couple of goals here. He made a couple of runs. He's injured, back in again, out again. From Fulham, you thought, oh yeah, this would be really good. He played really well there. Yeah, okay, yeah, not too bad. Came to us. I was just thinking, what the hell's this crap? Sorry, mate, but you just weren't cutting the mustard with us. Then you go and sign for some other team later on abroad, and I see you knocking in goals for fun and scoring some wonder goals, and I'm thinking, why the frig didn't you do that for us? So there you go. Right, number 9, Freddie Ljungberg. Freddie bloody Ljungberg from Arsenal. Oh, I never really rated him at Arsenal anyway. I thought he had some good times, good games. But I thought when he came to us, it was just like, what the hell have we signed here? Overpaid, overpriced, just nonsense really. Couldn't put a tackle in, couldn't really put a pass in, stumbling all over the place. I think what it was, when he was at Arsenal, he had his, multicoloured hair and everything. He's kind of, hey, I'm the punk, footballer. And then he came to us and shaved it all off, and he was just crap. I was thinking, well, just get yourself down the hairdressers and, dye your hair again, mate, because you're rubbish here. So, Boa-Morte, number 10, Ljungberg, number 9. Ugh, just nonsense players. Right. Number 8. Okay, this is a Harry Redknapp signing, and he openly admits it himself. What a waste of time. And poor Harry watched the World Cup, and Romania did quite well, so he thought, I'll sign a few of those players, thanks very much, get them on the cheap, lovely. Anyway, so a couple, one of them was alright, Ilya Dimitrescu. He played quite well for us actually. He had a few good appearances, a few good matches. I was, alright, some skill there. But the other one, frig me, Florin Radishes, whatever your bloody name is. This is the guy that Harry Redknapp said would rather go shopping with his missus than come in for training. He turned up late, he just never put a complete waste of time, waste of money, waste of time. What the bloody hell do we have him for? Oh, right. How can I put this one? Number 7. Andy Carroll. Okay, this is going to be, a contentious one for a lot of people, but we should never have signed him. He had 10 games for Newcastle in their first team. He scored a few goals, scored a great left foot drive from about 30 yards, grabbed the attention from a lot of people. Feeding frenzy. Liverpool went in for him, paid well over the odds, never cut the mustard for them. They tried to offload. We thought, you know what, we'll have him on loan for a season. Thanks very much. And then we decided to keep him. Big Sam said, we'll keep him because it kind of fitted into Big Sam's, way of, playing. And he just never delivered. He's just constantly, going off, on the sick, coming back, mediocre games, not really doing well. Then he'll have a little spark of, greatness. And we think, wow, is this finally Andy Carroll? He's going to do it. And then he doesn't. And then he goes back to the same old. Oh, I don't know if he's going to go in January or at the end of the year, but who knows. Right, number six. These are two players, okay? This is not because they weren't very good players. This is because we shouldn't have signed them in the first place. Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano. And I know what you're going to say. What are you doing? The problem is with them two, Alan Pardew signs them, but it wasn't his signings, let's face it. It was the Icelandic mob. They got that. They did a backdoor deal with, their agent, their free agent bloke. And we should have seen it coming. All the problems, all the fines and everything that it's caused us afterwards. And it really put us into, almost financial ruin though, these two. It's not their fault, but they came to us. They played quite decently, especially Mascherano when he went on to Liverpool, then on to Barcelona. Fantastic. Carlos Tevez is now, Man United, Manchester City. Now he's earning £100 million a friggin' week, in China. But they did all right, and that, when Carlos Tevez scored for us against Man United at the end of the season, it was just like, yes, But the problems that it caused, and when we signed them, Alan Pardew said, I've got these two Argentinian signings. We're all kind of looking at each other going, what? You sure? Are you sure? Ooh, there's something wrong here, and it was fishy. It was bloody Icelandic fishy. Do you know what I mean? It was really dodgy. Right, number five. Permanent sick note bloke. Never overpaid, overpriced. What the hell did we sign him for? Always on the sick. We signed him with a broken leg, and he left us with two broken legs. God knows whatever. Kieran Dyer. Got nothing really to say about him, but we should never have signed him. He played a couple of times, then he went off again. Played a couple of times, went off again. He had potential. Again, that's what frustrated me. But he was mediocre potential, not great potential. And we were paying him, God knows, 7,500 grand a week, or God knows whatever it was. Yeah, maybe not that much, but you know what I mean. It was a lot of money for a player that we just didn't need. So number 4, Slav. I really liked you, Slav, and I thought you did really well at times, and then it just went, obviously downhill for you. And the players I blame a lot, but a lot of the signings were really, really duff. So I think 2 of your worst coming up here, number 4 and number 3, Gökhan Töre. Gökhan Töre, you must have seen him, some highlight of some Turkish TV or God knows wherever he came from. And you thought, yeah, he looks quite good. Yeah, he was fucking shit, and he got injured and never saw him again. The other one, Alvaro Arbeloa, bloody hell, what was his problem? Never turned up, never played. Did he play? I don't know. Never played. Sick. Old. He's claiming his pension before we even got him, and then he was a bitching, whining so-and-so, saying, "Oh, West Ham are this and West Ham that." Why the frick do we ever sign him? So for that reason, those 2, that's my top 4 and top 3. Number 2, okay, this is more about expectation that failed to deliver rather than actual, bad player. And this is a guy from the early 80s called Francois van der Elst. And he's a Belgian guy. We got him, and after a good Euros that the Belgians had, I think it was. And then he said, "Oh yeah, we'd won the FA Cup in '80. We were, we were doing quite well. We were kind of becoming a name in the circles." Football parlance, we were getting there. We'd gone to League Cup final, got beat by Liverpool. We got him, and it was like, you know, trying to get into Europe as well, you know, making little forays into Europe, that, you know, we could do something here. You know, we're going to get a player now, Francois van der Elst, and he's got a few goals, but it was just so slow to start, so slow to finish, and it was just rubbish. You know, after, in the end, I was just like, I was 13 years old, 12, no, sorry, I was 11 years old, 11 years old when we first got him. No, sorry, I was, oh, I don't know, you know, this is middle-aged talking to you, you know, can't even remember, maybe 13 years old when we got him. Anyway, it was just, he shattered my dreams, you know, as a kid, little young teenager. I thought, yeah, well, this is what I wonder. Get in there, you know, we're gonna step on, move on into Europe and all this kind of stuff, you know, and it just failed to deliver. And it's just like, do you know what I mean? It was just, ugh. So, number one for me, I don't know what the hell we were doing with this numpty. He was always getting in trouble, he was just crap, he was committing fouls, he was just rubbish, and oh, you know, I could be negative all night on this guy, but Marco Boogers, what a complete waste of time we got for him. Why did we buy this crap? You know, and it's just like, you're more trouble than you're worth. Anyway, so I'm not going to say much more about him because he was just crap. I just didn't like him at all. So, Lewis Bowen-Morte, Freddie Ljungberg, oh, didn't like them too. Florian Radochoi, he's probably should be my number one for the way he pissed me off. Andy Carroll, he's a continuing saga, I'm afraid. Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano, only because we shouldn't have signed them, okay? That's not because a reflection more on them, but more on the system and we did it. Kieran Dyer, again, should never have signed, he should never care. Torre Arbeloa, yeah, let's buy sick notes, shall we? Francois van der Elst for shattering my dreams at, you know, at 12, 13 years old. Marco Boogers for being just a fouling, numpty bastard who we should never have even had on our payroll. You know. But anyway, don't know what you think. Those are my top 10 worst West Ham players. I'm sure there's loads more out there. I mean, let's face it, the list is pretty much endless, you know.